The first Steam Next Fest of the year is here, and there are hundreds of demos live right now, which can be a bit overwhelming. Most of these are only available during February 22nd all the way until March 2nd, so be sure to download them and play before so you can get a taste of what these games are about and if they are going to be for you. So here are all the game demos that I personally will be checking out over the course of this next week. So let's start off with the life sims. Blossom, the Seed of Life, might be one of the most interesting survival concepts in this lineup. It reminds me a lot of Astroneer. You're literally terraforming Mars, clearing fog by adjusting pressure, melting ice into water, turning dust into soil, planting algae, trees, and eventually creating full-out biomes with insects and animals. You'll explore on foot with modular rovers and even through the air while managing your battery as a tiny robot named Blossom. In this game, you'll be gathering resources, crafting, automate with drones, and just building moving bases that travel with you across the planet. I was really enjoying this demo. A lot of the time is spent crafting and carefully managing your battery. Everything drains it, like moving, mining, using tools, so you're constantly having to think ahead or you'll run out of power and lose what you just collected. It adds tension, but in a satisfying way. I love that it gives you a small side quest for guidance without holding your hand. Though I really wish there was a map early on because the sandstorms made it really hard to find my base at first, but I think that is the whole point of the game. There is so much potential here and I'm genuinely really excited to see how this one develops. It's currently projected to release in March 9th, so that is right around the corner. Now, if you're into sustainability mechanics, Cave Oasis as Shylake might be your game. This one leans fully into the solarpunk life sim systems. Instead of traditional farming, you're managing hydroponic and aquaponic setups inside of a cave ecosystem on a moon. The focus is vertical 3D building, stacking crops, balancing light exposure, composting materials, and maintaining a fully closed-loop eco-economy. Everything connects. Biomass becomes materials, materials become tools or furniture, and waste cycles back into nutrients. There's apartment customization, cooking, foraging across biomes, and the community objectives to protect the cave from dust storms. I really love the concept here. The sustainability angle and closed-loop ecosystem mechanics are genuinely interesting, especially the idea that nothing magically appears and just everything has to be reused or composted. Everything just has a purpose. It feels really thoughtful and intentional. I only have a couple of hesitations with this game. One would definitely be how complex it gets. There are a lot of systems here and I just would love to see them be really intuitive rather than just overwhelming. And then another one is the art style just didn't fully click for me, but I still think that this one could be a really special game. Now there is also another game called Bitter Harvest. This is a narrative driven farming sim where you rise from trash collector to landowner in a village full of secrets. You'll grow crops, fish, mine, craft, and cook, but all layered over that are moral choices and relationship systems that directly impact your reputation and the direction of the story. If it delivers on the narrative way, this could give me that cozy farming formula with a lot more emotional depth. The farming, crafting, and minigames are going to be nice and all, but the story and moral choices are going to give the gameplay just a sharper edge. It's going to make every action feel meaningful, which will help it really stand out. I'm curious to see how much your choices can really shape the village as this game progresses. I love how it's giving the rags to riches story vibes here. I'm really stoked to see how this one develops. Now, Townseek, I have had this one on my wish list since like 2023. I'm so excited to finally be able to try it out. This one focuses on cozy exploration and trading across a hand-drawn world. You travel between regions in a customizable airship, complete quests, level up settlements, fish, mine, collect treasures, and slowly fill out your journal. The loop centers on discovery and reputation building rather than combat or pressure. Since this game has been on my wish list since like 2023, it's so cool to finally be able to play some of it, and honestly it was just everything that I was hoping for. You are completing quests for all the towns and leveling them up is really satisfying, even with the back and forth between the locations, which can be a bit repetitive at times, but I love how free and calming it feels. The combination of exploration, trading, and personalizing your airship makes it perfect for those relaxing gaming sessions. I'm curious to see how deep the world and the journal systems get in the full release. This has that accidentally lose 40 hours potential in it. The next is Collector's Cove, another game that I've had on my wishlist for a really long time. This is a cozy farming adventure set entirely on the ocean. You grow crops on a floating farm, explore different island climates, fish, and fill out the collector's compendium. Ship customization and bonding with your animal companion play a huge role in this game. There is no combat pressure, just calm exploration and steady completion focused progression. It feels like Stardew Valley but on a boat with a calm oceanic twist. I'm really excited to see how peaceful and relaxing this game feels. I love the idea of just being able to sail from island to island and just discovering new things here. Now, shifting into management games, this next one could be really addictive. Fortune Seller blends inventory Tetris mechanics with roguelike progression. You arrange antiques strategically to maximize value while matching items to customers' preferences before your rent is due. Between days, tarot upgrades can help or completely complicate your run. Weekly rent increases and a looming blood moon creates escalating tension. It's less about cozy shopkeeping and more about optimization while under pressure. I honestly wasn't expecting this game to feel as puzzly as it did, but I weirdly got hooked on it. You're constantly rearranging objects to gain more points, trying to optimize every little space, and it becomes one of those just one more run situations. There are 5 days per cycle, a few customers each day, and by the blood moon, you need to have made enough to survive and I had been struggling to hit that number. It's definitely challenging, but in a way that makes you want to keep trying. Then there is a Little Chef Cozy Cooking. This is a cooking puzzle sandbox built around experimentation. Instead of strict recipes, you're here combining ingredients freely, physically dragging and tossing items into pots and uncovering secrets in each kitchen. Every level feels like its own playground, mixing physics interaction with hidden objectives. It's playful, curious, and built for that trial and error discovery. It's kind of like a modern day Cooking Mama. I really like that it's not just cook this exact thing in this exact order. You're encouraged to experiment. Sometimes you might make something great and sometimes you might absolutely ruin it. And that trial and error is kind of the fun of the game. I also love when cozy games reward curiosity instead of punishing you for it. If anything, I'm really curious how challenging the puzzles are going to get later on because the sandbox vibe is strong, but I really want to see the progression stay engaging. Overall though, this feels playful in a really satisfying way. Now, if you want something a bit more relaxing, Thrifty Business slows things down a lot. Instead of profit maxing, you're sorting, organizing, decorating, and building a cozy community thrift store inspired by the 90s. You sort through boxes of secondhand treasures and create detailed displays, organizing them by color, theme, or whatever makes your brain happy. You can unlock furniture, wallpaper, and decor to just fully customize your shop while you expand it into new rooms and build it into this cozy third space. There are so many items for you to collect, precision placement for the perfect layouts, and just quirky customers whose stories that you actually get to be a part of. It's all about organizing, aesthetics, and just creating a space that feels welcoming. This is absolutely that kind of game where I would spend way too long lining everything up perfectly. My only question would be how deep the long-term progression goes, but as a cozy management concept, this one is such a huge hit for me. Now, following that is another game called Piece by Piece. Set in your grandpa's workshop, you repair and customize items with puzzles and colorful paints. Grow berries to make your own paint, decorate and personalize your shop with furniture, rugs, and more. You'll be baking cookies, keep the shop running smoothly, and just interact with all the quirky neighbors. It's tactile, gentle, and focused on small, satisfying tasks. The combination of repairing items, painting, and decorating your shop really makes it truly feel cozy. I'm excited to see how deep the customization and the crafting system gets in the full game. Now, for the puzzle and narrative titles, a couple of these really stand out to me, and I 100% am going to butcher the next name, and I apologize in advance. Echoes of Ciudadela blends first-person exploration with environmental puzzles and a personal mystery. You explore a sealed mountain called Ciudadela while piecing together your father's final journals. You'll solve environmental puzzles, break seals, and ricochet shots around the corners. The demo really focuses on exploration, readable physics puzzles, voice acting, storytelling, and an immersive sound design that subtly guides you without ever holding your hand. It leans into that atmosphere and tactile problem solving from the start. For those of you who do get motion sick, I will warn you, steer clear of this one only because it made me extremely nauseous and I was barely able to play the demo for this one. Now, Colorami shifts into a little co-op mode. This is a 2-player puzzle platformer where you repaint the environment to solve puzzle logic-based challenges. You change the colors of platforms, and each color has a different property that affects how the environment works. Every level is a single screen puzzle designed specifically for 2 players, with asymmetrical mechanics that require coordination and communication. The asymmetric puzzle design is actually really interesting because both players have to play different roles in solving the level, so you genuinely have to communicate and work together. I do think that this is one of those games that really depends heavily on who you're playing with. It could either be super cozy and satisfying or just mildly chaotic if you're not on the same page. But overall, I just love that it really encourages the experimentation and doesn't really punish you for trying different things. Now we have Nomori Spirit World, which leans heavily into gravity manipulation and portal style mechanics. You are going to be rotating environments, shift physics, and combine spirit powers across seasonal realms. Multiple solution paths make experimentation feel rewarding instead of restrictive. It has that creative puzzle energy wrapped in a whimsical spirit world aesthetic. I'm really excited to see how playful the puzzles are and the whole gravity shifting mechanics. It just keeps things working. The world looks alive with all the spirits and the seasonal changes. It definitely looks like it's going to be challenging, but the visuals really make you want to just soak it in and explore. We love a good physics-based puzzle game from time to time. Then there is also Tukoni Forest Keepers. This is a hand-drawn puzzle adventure where you play as a tiny forest spirit helping animals prepare for autumn. You explore a beautiful storybook-style forest, solve gentle puzzles and mini-games, and help woodland creatures by gathering the items you need before winter. Your notebook guides you with small hints, and you even brew fragrant tea for your new friends as part of the journey. The whole experience is wrapped in soft visuals and a wholesome, family-friendly atmosphere. This was genuinely really cute. It's very stress-free and the puzzles feel intuitive without being too easy. You're basically helping one animal so that you can get what another animal needs, and that loop carries you forward in a really satisfying way. They give you little clues, but you still have to think things through. The art style is honestly the standout, and it's so pretty and cozy that it just makes you want to slow down and just sit in it for a bit. Now moving on, we have Abbess Garden, which takes a slower restoration focused vibe. You're going to be tending a realistic freeform garden with plants that respond to soil, moisture, and companions. You'll be uncovering hidden objects and collecting things while you progress in gentle quests and interact with the NPCs inspired by historical figures. You'll explore a subtle spy mystery and even nurture a slow burning romance. I'm excited to see how the garden grows and just how the exploration is really tied into the storytelling. The art style really sold me here, but I'm definitely going to be staying for the whole story. It is also expected to release right around the corner here on March 2nd. And finally, our last demo is Truckful. This is a single player delivery adventure where you upgrade and customize your truck. You're going to be delivering fragile, quirky cargo across winding roads and challenging terrain. You'll complete errands for town folks, explore hidden paths and landmarks, uncover the story behind the ancient forests. I'm interested to see the way the game mixes calm delivery runs with a light sense of tension from the forest mystery. The cargo physics looks like it's going to add a lot of fun challenge, but is still low pressure enough to just enjoy the scenery and the little quests along the way. I'm really curious though to see how deep the forest secrets are going to go in the full game. Now that is 15 demos that genuinely stood out across life sims, management games, and some puzzle adventures. So whether you want to terraform Mars, optimize an antique shop under a blood moon, or repaint the world with a friend, or just quietly restore a forgotten garden, there's honestly something here for everybody. Let me know in the comments which ones you plan on trying and if you want to add any to my list for me to check out as well. So if this helped you decide what to wishlist and download before Steam's Next Fest ends, make sure to like and subscribe for more cozy gaming content, and until next time, so happy gaming.